Good evening and welcome back to another video, you beautiful people. How are you all doing today? Stephen here with your latest episode of the Man City Daily News Show, talking about all things football, all things Manchester City. Hopefully you're enjoying this brand new series that I've got going. I've started it in the past week. I've done multiple episodes now. Every single day I'm going live. That is the aim, to try and give you your little daily dose of Manchester City news. Hopefully you are enjoying this new and improved setup I've got going on and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully you're enjoying my takes on the news. Of course, if you are watching live, you've got one job. Please give the video a like. Please help support the channel. And please get involved in the chat. While you're here as well, hit the subscribe button if you are new. And don't forget to hit the notification, the bell, to get a notification every single time you go live. Anyway, how are you all doing today? Are you well? Are you good? Are you happy? I hope you are. So, lots to talk about today, actually. Loads, a little bit of rumours going round. And I'm going to dive initially into the first story. That's the title of this video. Where's it gone? Let me find it over on my tabs. Yeah, I'm going to go over here. Hello to Genam, by the way, member in the chat. Massively appreciated. Always the members and the super chats. Always very appreciated, by the way. Let's go to the first story of the day, anyway. The first story of the day is that Man City are apparently eyeing Xabi Alonso as the Guardiola successor. According to Football Transfers, Manchester City is setting the stage for a significant transition. By Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso is identified as a leading candidate to replace Pep Guardiola should he depart after next season. Guardiola hints at a possible exit if propelled the club into strategic planning, focusing on continuity and future success. Apparently, the City hierarchy is in agreement that Alonso is the prime choice to continue Guardiola's legacy. The consensus speaks volumes about Alonso's credentials and the respect he commands within football circles. Yeah, a nearly flawless season, just about failed at an invincible treble. Ridiculous success this season. For me, Xabi Alonso would be my dream. Absolutely. I'm a firm believer that the only way you can replace the genius of Pep Guardiola is with another potential genius. I do not know if Xabi Alonso is yet a genius, but you can't help but look at the parallels there and go, wow, that's exciting as a manager. You can't help but look at Xabi Alonso's position, the style of play, the fact that he's worked with Guardiola, the fact that he was a great footballer. He's a DM, like lots of great coaches seem to be these days. He plays a beautiful style of football. His team all punch above their ability and weight, which is absolutely fantastic. And he's a revolutionary in terms of the energy that he's brought to his side. Absolutely. Xabi Alonso seems to be another that could be the next great thing. There is no guarantees Pep Guardiola. No one's Pep Guardiola. But when I look around, and I look around at the potential options available, Alonso, to me, is one to be excited for. He seems like the next wonder kid of a manager. And the wonder man. The wonder man, that'll do. The wonder manager. Of course, the elephant in the room is Real Madrid. Now, Aspie's already mentioned it in the chat. People have already mentioned the idea of Liverpool previously, but I think we've sort of seen that door closed. If he was going to go to Liverpool, I think this summer would have been the one. Arne Slot, of course, is now the Liverpool manager. I can't see them getting rid of him in a year unless it goes hilariously bad there. I would enjoy that, absolutely, of course. But I do think we can't ignore that Real Madrid feels like the one that he'll probably be waiting on for. I've got a feeling he will be waiting around for him. Ancelotti, his contract is until 2026. He could go before that. Ancelotti, he's not a stranger to leaving jobs and moving on. And if Bayer Leverkusen carry on next season, be excellent, you can't deny that, Alonso would be tempted, by going back to Real Madrid. Look, City are a cracking job to take for anyone, but Real Madrid have that pull for a man who is a former Real Madrid player. Absolutely, he's a club that he loves and a club that he'd be comfortable there. Having said that, Ancelotti, it could be that Ancelotti, it could be that, Real Madrid doing really well next season on competitions could benefit Man City. It's just one of those things where you have to sort of wait and see how it goes. I don't think Xabi Alonso will come Man City, but would I take him? I'd take him in a heartbeat. Where's Ruben? Billy said, "Oh, he's asleep, mate. It's 8 o'clock. Toddlers are already in bed at this point, my friend. It's 8 o'clock over here." Finn said, "I don't get why he would wait another year to move to a bigger club." Well, look. in the way that Haaland didn't move at the first chance away from Dortmund, in the way that, many managers and coaches take a little bit of time at a club they like, that's what Alonso's doing, man. He really likes it there. I feel like he's smart enough to know his own weaknesses, his own strengths, what he needs to improve on, and what he can improve on. He's at Leverkusen still, because he feels that it's the right place for him to develop. And I understand that, it absolutely makes sense that he'd stay there a little bit longer. And I respect that. I really do respect that. I think it's a smart move for a man who's very much at the start of his career. I know he's an old guy now. He's not a young kid. But in football management terms, he's a baby. He's an absolute baby. So I think it's a smart move. I hope, absolutely hope, there's something in this. Because I would be very, very happy. I'd be really happy. It'd be great. Because I think he's a cracking player. But we don't even know the future yet of Guardiola. We don't know the future. Look, I was going to talk about Peroni next or Kimmich, but I think it's worth actually going over to talk about Guardiola a little bit, because one of the bits of news, I'll jump over to the aggregators here, as you can see on screen there. Pep Guardiola, according to Marca, obviously a massive Spanish, newspaper over there. They know their stuff. Pep Guardiola will travel to Abu Dhabi this week alongside Cheeky to meet with Khaldoon Albarak to discuss his future at Manchester City, according to Marca. And there's more stuff going around. Let me find it. Congratulations to Kovacic, by the way. Having another little bambino. What a beautiful fam. Look at them there. Where's it gone? You got no Gallagher quotes there. Here we go as well. The plan is first to lay the foundations for next season and resolve matters concerning the futures of key Man City players, as well as Pep Guardiola, Cheeky Bergenstein and Ferran Soriano, all of whom could leave in 2025. Look, we can't have all of them going, but I think it's going to be very interesting to see the photos emerge, as we always do, of all those key figures with, Khaldoon and chatting, it's one of those things where you hope to see some signs of happiness and contentness. You hope that Khaldoon has got one of those wonderful speeches lined up where he can cut right through all the noise and get right to the heart of the situation and convince Guardiola to stay a little bit longer. I've hit a negative viewpoint in terms of him staying. I don't think he's going to stay. I hope he does. But in my head, I feel like Guardiola might move on. I think he might move on now. At the same time, we cannot lose Cheeky and Ferran Soriano. It's just too much. It's too much change when you need stability. You need to move on. I mean, I don't even know what it'd be like to have a whole new management team involved. It would be absolutely ridiculous. But we will see. I don't know how it's going to go down. What I do know is that Khaldoon and people around him are very smart. They know how to run a football club. But so do Cheeky, Ferran and Guardiola. They are pretty much as good as it gets at the top level when it comes to running a football club. So how we replace them, I don't know. But, Viva La Man City, and fingers crossed things will carry on. We'll see. Let me know what you think about that. Matt Hilton raised a good point. CFG is Ferran's baby. He isn't going anywhere. It's true, man. He's only just started. I don't think he's reached the peak of what he wants to achieve there. So I think he'll stay around too. But you never know, man. Money is a tempter, and someone could come in Ferran. He might decide to move on if Cheeky goes. He might just get a pay rise or something like Soriano. Who knows? I don't know how their contracts work. Are they on a rolling contract? Do they just have a normal contract like everyone else? I guess they're not on 5-year deals. I guess they're just hired in the way that we're just hired as normal people in normal jobs. It'll be that, won't it, really? I presume it's that. I have no idea. But either way, I think that's a good point from Matt in the chat there. I do want to talk about Peroni a little bit. There's a little bit of a rumours going around. Not rumour, just some discussion from Peroni about his future. Maximo Perrone, of course, the young Argentina midfielder that we signed over a year ago. He's had one appearance. I think it was against... Who was it against? Can't remember. Bournemouth, it might have been. Maximo then went on loan to Las Palmas, and he did really well there. Let me just find the stats. I tweeted them the other day. I'm going to find them again before I jump over to the actual quote from Maximo Perrone talking about his future. But it was very impressive. He had a really good loan last season. So here we go. Here are the stats from Maximo Perrone. This is the top 10 under 21 midfielders from the top 5 leagues with the most forward passes. Look at number 1 there, Maximo Perrone. Ahead of Florian Wirtz, ahead of Pedri, ahead of Camavinga, ahead of Pavlovic, Munoz, Barrios, Sarr, Wharton, Emery, all these wonder kid names. And your man Maximo Perrone right at the top there. And by some way, look at that graph, mate. That's impressive. That is really impressive, you know. Really impressive. Like, when you look at the people like, I don't know, Kobe Mainu, who's obviously massively rated, twice as many forward passes per 90, you know? And you see these superstar names like Musiala, once again, more than twice as many. It doesn't mean they're better players, but it's very, very impressive. And someone replied to me, let me find the stat as well. And here we go, defensively, look at this. So this is under 23 defensive midfielders from the top 5 leagues with the highest percentage of ground duels won. Maximo Perrone is second there. Behind Kobe Mainly, which is impressive for him. But Maximo Perrone, great defensively and great going forward creatively. Encouraging. Now, this is the quote. Maximo said, we've reached an agreement that there'll be one more loan. One more year in La Liga would be the best. I think we have to look at the options. It's still very early. You have to take it calmly and choose the best option. I think this is the plan. I do think Manchester City have got an eye on Echeverri, as Finn mentioned in the chat, and also Peroni as potential first-team players. Peroni is cut from that wonderful, elegant cloth that you expect from Manchester City midfielder. I get Gundogan vibes. I see a little bit of that to his game. And the fact that he's cutting his teeth over, you know, let me just see how they got on at Las Palmas. Over in La Liga, which is one of the best, if not the second or first best league in the world. It's just a ridiculous quality league. Las Palmas came 16th, so they were sort of relegation candidates, but they survived reasonably comfortably in the end. The fact that he's doing well over there and getting game time and impressing, you could not ignore that. Another loan somewhere where you can develop a little bit more, and hopefully the year after that. Look, how old is Peroni now? Let me have a Google. Maximo Perrone is, I would guess, like 20, something like that. So Maximo Perrone he's 21. He's just turned 21. So he's still very, very young, Plenty of football, elegant player. I like the look of him an awful lot. So fingers crossed, man, in a year from now, he'll be ready to walk back into this Manchester City side as a potential option. And that would be great. Let's talk about Kimmich, because Devious Ducky just raised a question. Devious Ducky, I can't believe I just said that out loud, by the way, as a 38-year-old man. Devious Ducky asked this question. What happens if Pep extends? Kimmich won't come unless Pep is staying. So the next thing is about Kimmich. Thank you, by the way, for the super chat from Phil Misk. Thank you so much. The super chats keep the lights on. Literally, as you can probably see, I've got a lot of lights around me now. Phil said, love the new format and daily updates. Still my go-to YouTube channel for balanced City content. Keep it up, bro. Thank you so much, mate. Massively appreciated. Look, the super chats are always massively appreciated. If you want to help support an independent content creator who does this for a living while also trying to be a stay-at-home dad, look after Ruben while trying to go through the cost of living crisis, the super chats and the memberships are massively appreciated. Of course, I don't expect it from everyone, but even a like and subscribe would be massively appreciated. I've been hovering around 60,000, 70,000 for a while now. Let's get to 70k. Be massively appreciated. Subscribe. You're all legends. But Phil, thank you so much, man. If you're all enjoying this, let me know in the comments if you're enjoying these new videos. Between 15 to 30 minutes every single day, unless more goes on, just chatting about Man City. What more can you ask for? Let's go to the latest Kimmich reports. I'll go over to Give Me Sport. Give Me Sport said Manchester City considering adding Joshua Kimmich to their star-studded squad in pursuit of a 5th straight top-flight title next season. City are gunning for a 5th straight league, and they could add the start. Yeah, there we go. Sort of repeating itself. A report in March says that Kimmich had given the green light to an exit away, having struck an agreement with Bayern over a move away from Bavaria. Liverpool have been linked in recent weeks, but City, having won the Premier League title for the 4th season in a row, represent an attractive proposition for any player. Look, I think there's something in this, potentially. There are rumours that he's available, with Kompany, of course, looking to sort of refresh the squad, potentially. I don't know if Kompany will want to keep him, but he earns, allegedly, an estimated 315k a week. It's an awful lot of money if they want to move on and get some young players in. Vincent Kompany's buying manager. Absolutely mental. Absolutely crazy. I think there's something in this, potentially, if Guardiola wants some experience. But it strikes me at the same time, a sort of Kovacic-type signing. And is this where City want to go? If I was cheeky and I knew Guardiola was leaving, I would be tempted to say that they'd be looking at younger players. As did you say it's woke that Kompany's Bayern manager? What are you on about, mate? Look, ultimately, he didn't thoroughly earn it, but I think it's woke. I think it's the saving has happened forever. great ex-players get big jobs even if they don't always deserve it, you know. And Vinny, to be fair, is a good coach, and I think you might be more suited over there. Anyway, get distracted. Do you know what? Okay, I take it back, Jamie. I'm tired, mate. You can never tell on the internet if someone's been serious or actually joking. I apologise. And I didn't get that joke because woke. Everything's woke these days, you know. Phone's woke, you know. The mouse is woke. This main road sign I've got to go on the wall soon is woke. Everything's woke. Even my son wakes a lot. Give the video a like, by the way, man. Give the video a like. Sean says, would love Kimmich, class player. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying, Jamie. I got confused, mate. Anyway, Kimmich, I really rate Kimmich. I think he's a cracking player. I think it's fair to say Kimmich has not been the superstar that we know at Bayern for the past year or two. That doesn't mean he can't be. That doesn't mean he hasn't got the quality. That doesn't mean he isn't an excellent footballer. I can't help but feel that if Guardiola was around, he'd get the best out of Kimmich again. At one point, Kimmich was an absolute powerhouse. Alongside Rodri or right back inverting, he'd be more than an attractive proposition under Guardiola. He's a cracking player. It really is. And he's been around forever. He absolutely has, Minty. He's got so much experience. But at the same time, the temptation is a young one. You know, a younger player, surely. But there's something in this, you know. There's something in this. Let's see what happens. MCFC with a super chat says, yes, Steve, I'm seeing everyone panic because it was reported we won't pay the release clause. Do you think it's off, or could you see us getting Bruno below the release clause? Yeah, look, I want Bruno, MCFC. I really do. I think he's a great player. I think we're going to have to be patient on this. I don't think City will pay the release clause either. I think there's something in that. If they were going to, I think it'd be happening very, very soon. Though you never know. City could be tempted to see what Newcastle do in the PSR things. There's rumours that Newcastle are going to fail, that they might have to sell someone. It could be that Bruno is very well placed to go for 80 million or something like that, and Newcastle might take it if things look dire for them financially, and Bruno shows any indication that he might move on. At the same time, I think Bruno is smart enough and loved enough at Newcastle for him to be reasonably quiet about it and just play it calmly. But thank you for the super chat, mate. I think he will... I'm 50-50 right now. I'm definitely not going to panic, mate. I'm not going to panic at all. But I think there's a reason. The reason that City probably are playing a bit calmly. Probably don't think he's 100 million. I rate him, actually. I actually really do rate him. I think he's a quality player. I think he's better than Douglas Luiz, who the rumours are going around. Though he's going to Juventus now, apparently, isn't he? Like, I really rate him. I think he's a really good player. So, yeah. Douglas Luiz apparently is Juventus now in a swap deal for... Weston McKennie and someone else and 20 million. Loan me for Rico? Absolutely not. Keep him around. Play him more. Absolutely play him more. I think he deserves to be playing more. A quick talk about Luis Fiorini, by the way. You don't know much about him. Luis Fiorini is a very talented young footballer. 22 years old now. It's weird, actually, that he's not had more... do you know what? I think it's injuries. Luis Fiorini has joined Stockport County, apparently, on loan. He's the third tier League One new boys. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where he's had spells at NEC, Lincoln, Blackpool, Charlton. He's got so much natural ability, but didn't really make much football, get much football at Charlton last season. I hope he goes there and does really well. He was great with Lincoln in 21-22. 10 goal contributions in 39 games. Lincoln fans absolutely loved him. He plays often for Scotland under 21s. I really like Luis Fiorini. He's got a real eye for a bit of magic. You know, I want to say good luck to him massively. I feel like he's going to have a good career. Injuries have held him back. A big City fan as well, Lewis. I think he follows me on Twitter. Shout out to Lewis, a cracking player. I always like to see academy players move on and do well. I feel like injuries have held him back a little bit, but fingers crossed his injuries kind of sort of catch up, slow down a little bit, and he can get his career back on track. I just wanted to give him a little bit of a shout out because Fiorini, cracking young player. Obviously, the levels are so high, but I feel like with a little bit of luck, he could get back to the Premier League. I genuinely feel like he could. He's got a lot of talent. Another super chat from MCFC. Thank you so much. Says, I'm with you, Stephen. I'm Team Bruno 100%. I'm going to be optimistically deluded about it until the end. You delude yourself, mate. It's the transfer window. If you can't delude yourself on this, what is the point entirely, mate? I'm absolutely with you on that. Fingers crossed it comes in. I know some people don't rate him, but I do. I think there's a lot of talent there. I think he could take a massive leap under Guardiola. A massive leap indeed. What else is scrolling across the bottom? Let's have a look. I can't remember what else I had in the headlines. I've talked Pep, talked Kimmich. You guys, anything you guys want to talk about? Dre Drippler said, would Savio be in our first team squad? Absolutely, surely he would come and join the first team squad. You would think so. He's excellent, cracking player, one of the best wingers in La Liga. I saw a great goal contribution from him, Brazil, the other day, where he got the ball on the right, drove inside, beat a couple of people, played the ball to someone who put it in the back of the net. But it was a great game-breaking run from a fantastic player. Once again, I would like to say, please give the video a like, or if you consider joining as a member, or supporting on Patreon, it would massively appreciate. And subscribe. Let's get to 70k on the channel. Billy says, any right-back news? I can't see any, mate, knocking about at the moment. I don't know what's going to go on there. I suspect Guardiola's fine with Rico, Akanji, Kyle. I'd love a right back, but I don't think until Kyle Walker goes, we'll replace him. Gaza reckons Peroni, McAteer, Girona, potentially. Udubs, my man, what's your shift today? Udubs with a super chat says, finished a 12-hour shift. Hope you're well, dude. Mate, absolutely mammoth shift for you. Well done, my man. What's work for you today? And I'm good, my friend. I'm good. I had a bit of a panic today, because Ruben's not been off. He's been off, and when your little kid's off and he's playing with his head a lot, you get panicky. Turns out he's got an ear infection, so I breathed a slight sigh of relief, but he was playing with his head and just doing that. He looked uncomfortable, and you don't like, so I'm fine now, but I did have a bit of an off day today. I was panicking about him all day, but just an ear infection. He's okay. 12.5-hour shift, UW, mate. That's it. That's an effort. No, I think Savio's going to be part of the team. Absolutely. I think he will do. I think he's going on that first season tour, and he's going to look like a full international La Liga player, and he's going to look like a Man City player. So, yeah. Any more legs to the Rodrigo rumours, Pete? I don't think so, mate. I'm sure if there are, City will be right at the front of that queue, because Rodrigo's a cracking player, but I think the money might sort of knock us back a little bit there. Guys, I'm going to end the video here. Ruben is asleep below me downstairs in his room. I'm in the attic. Look, there we go. UW, you bloody legend. He's just gifted a membership out to, who's got it? Liam. Wonderful stuff, UW. Thank you so much. And Alex just said, your show and other City shows kept me strong, being really sick in that hospital. I'm so sorry to hear that, Alex Johnson, mate. I'm glad to hear that we've been keeping you strong, pal. Keep fighting, mate. Absolute. Hugely appreciate for the support, Alec. And, mate, we're all thinking of you. I hope you're getting better soon. Hope you're feeling better. But, yeah, legend UW, thank you so much. And, Liam, you're a happy member. Ancelotti, would I take it? No, Gaza. Yes and no. I wouldn't be upset, but I don't know. I don't know if you could do what he could do here. You could, maybe, I don't know. It's different football. It'd be vibes. I'm so used to control it, it'd be too much. We will see. Right. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll be back tomorrow. Probably around, depending on the news, I'll schedule the video for 10. If nothing happens, I'll see you in the afternoon, or the evening. For now, though, in a bit, guys, you're all legends. Bye-bye. Like the video. Subscribe if you're new. Consider following all the socials. Steam Kompany, Stephen McInerney. Become a member if you want to. And, Alex, that's terrible. Fingers crossed you get better. Anyway, and give the video a like, subscribe. Bye-bye. In a bit, Blues.